What is up? Welcome to the Thursday, almost through the work week edition of the crossover. Happy to have you here, man. A lot going on. Kings lose last night to a Dallas team that pretty much had their backs against the wall. And you know what? They came out swinging in the second half. There's really not too much that we can really complain about on that. I would say the bigger thing of the night was that the Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Clippers. That kind of it reinforces and makes it more probable, I guess would be the right word, that the Kings are going to be either playing the Clippers or the Warriors. Where you want to go, which way you want to go on that. I'm firmly in the camp of the Clippers, regardless of them beating the Lakers last night. The Lakers, the night before that, had played massive minutes. I think 42 minutes for AD and Durant. So, that's going to take a toll on them, especially when they're working as hard as they are to get into the playoffs. But, really the focus shifts to your Kings. And, tomorrow night, what's tomorrow night going to be like? Is tomorrow going to be that game that everybody's been waiting for since the Minnesota game? I mean, we all thought Minnesota was going to be the game the Kings clinch at home, right? Didn't end up that way. Kings go to Portland, clinch in Portland, and then come home for another homie, and guess what happens? They lose bad to the Spurs, a team that had only won 19 games. So I'm expecting, or I'm hoping tomorrow night is kind of that, celebration, your Pacific Division champions. Think about that. Did you guys see the guy? I know I mentioned this before. I think he put the bet in. It was early November. If you go to Carmichael Dave's page, he's got a picture of the ticket, but he put I think it was like $10 down or $5 down or whatever. The odds were 1 to 50,000 that the Kings would win the Pacific Division. He ended up winning, I think it was $500, or I don't know. If he would have put down $100, he'd be a rich man right now. But that's pretty cool. And then obviously there's going to be the talk, should they raise a banner? I mean, does it make sense? I mean, the Kings traditionally have raised Pacific Division banners because they've not won a championship other than when they were in Rochester. But this one, I don't have a problem with them raising it. I mean, it signifies a little bit more. It's not so much the championship. It's just everything entangled into one, that they're breaking the playoff streak, that, there's a solid core behind this team now. And, that's what I would think of when I look at that banner. And I would expect this team, if they can continue on this trajectory, that you're going to see a banner in 5 years if they continue on this same trajectory. And I'm not talking about another Pacific Division banner. I'm talking about an NBA championship banner. So we'll see how that shakes out, because you look at how the Kings are built. Okay, they've got the solid pieces that you need. There's other things they can fill in, but they're young, right? And look at the West right now. A lot of the other teams are LeBron. He's not getting any younger. A lot of the other teams are getting a little bit older. Clippers, older, minus Kawhi. So I think good things are in the future. But hey, if it's your first time on the crossover, you can join the show, chat the show. You can actually come up on screen with me. We can talk, we can debate, we can do whatever. I'm not going to bite your head off. Any questions, whatever it may be, as long as it follows the rules of YouTube and Twitter Live, and you don't get the show kicked off the air, because I don't have a magic dump button. But yeah, I'd love to have anybody on that would like to come on. The link is on my Twitter page, so go ahead and check that out. So yeah, tomorrow night it's going to be a fun one. The Warriors already have announced that Wiggins is not playing. Iguodala not playing. There's another guy that's going to be out, and it's this interesting scenario, right? We talked about it a little bit on the post game show last night, and it's what do the Kings do? I mean, do you just lay over or do you roll over and let the Warriors win? Or do you beat the Warriors and maybe send them down closer to that 7 or 6 seed? Like it's really, really weird how this one's going to play out. I expect the Kings to just play whoever is in front of them, whether it's the Warriors, whether it's the Nuggets, whether it would be the Spurs again. They're going to go at it full strength. It's just how Mike Brown coaches. But, like a lot of people, they want to pick and choose who we're going to play. I mean, just remember, like at the start of the season, we were thinking 7 seed, 8 seed, play in. You're a 3 seed. And we've talked about house money for a while. Like we're playing with house money, right? Well, are we? I mean, is this a team that could really make a run? Think about it. If this team can get out of the first round, then I think, in granted, Phoenix is the monster amongst us. Phoenix would be a team that Sacramento would have a very, very tough time with. But if we could get out of the first round, I think this team could make a run. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship, but they could easily make it to the Western Conference Finals. You look at, Memphis. Sure, the Kings wouldn't have home court advantage if Memphis advances in their playoff matchup, but look at how good the Kings are on the road. And Memphis is a team that's a little bit bipolar, and it would be interesting to see the two teams match up full strength because we haven't seen that all year. Every time we played Memphis, somebody has been out. So for them to have, and obviously Clark out for the season with the Achilles, but to see us go out and bang with Ja Morant and Desmond Bain and Dylan Brooks, Stone Cold's Dylan Brooks, that guy's a knucklehead. Steven Adams, to see it at full strength, that would be fun. So it kind of reminds me, like when I think back to the 02 days, 02 to 04, 05-ish, like the Mavericks. That's who they remind me of. They remind me of Memphis, kind of the Mavericks teams back then. But anyways, I think it will be cool. I think it'll be fun. See if we can make this little run. I don't know. I'm blabbing on about the Kings because that's all there really is to talk about right now. But, there is some other stuff going on right now. How about the Masters? You guys check out any Masters coverage? It's going on in Augusta. I had to call Rome's show today because the Masters, the course, beautiful. Love the course. I would do anything to play around there. I mean, it's majestic. It's heavenly. Some people that have been there say it's like heaven on earth, right? But the members of the club, right? You guys seen Dodgeball, right? The whole Globo Gym. We're better than you, and we know it. The Masters, like the members of Augusta, that's just how it feels, right? It's like, well, why are you guys wearing green jackets? Did you win the tournament? No, you didn't win the tournament. And it's funny because when a player wins the tournament, they get a green jacket, but then they become a group or they become a member of that family. They're probably like, I'd like to win because I get the green jacket. I get a lifetime locker at the Masters, and I can play there whenever I want. And I have a lifetime exemption, but I got to hang out with these bros because, like, really, they're all like old. I mean, how often are they probably golfing? 18 rounds on that course or 18 holes on that course? Probably not too often. I mean, it's so limited, and there is a secondary course there in Augusta. Um, that one is still a little bit difficult to get on. It's not on the same grounds. It's a little bit further away, but like I just in the rules, okay? Like you want to talk about nose up, like fans, they have to be called patrons. Patrons, right? And you can't bring your cell phone. What is this? 1955? Like, can we not bring our cell phones because all you members have phones with cords still attached to them? Like, I don't get it. And the sandwiches, it's like a menu at an assisted living facility. Egg salad, pimento cheese sandwiches, like I don't know. I struggle with like the rules there. You can't run on the grounds. What else is there? Oh, you can't wear jeans, no denim. Come on, man. It's a golf tournament. You're gonna tell me if somebody shows up to Augusta and gets a ducat to get in there and they have jeans on, they're gonna turn them away with what they probably paid for that ticket? Because for those that don't know, to get a ticket to Augusta, it's ridiculously hard. Like these tickets are passed down through generations. They rarely come up on the secondary market. When they do, it's extremely expensive. And it's kind of the same people every year. And actually what they do, so anybody that volunteers, there's a 20-year waiting list to be a volunteer at the Masters. And I'm sure they've got all those same weird, quirky kind of qualifications that you need to have to be a volunteer. But at the end of the Masters, that Monday after, they do a drawing for all of the volunteers and all of the members of the media. And if your name gets drawn, you get to play a round of golf that Monday at the Masters. So I guess that's kind of cool. Probably why there's a 20-year waiting list to be a volunteer. And I've heard there's volunteers that have, done it for 30, 40 years and never had their name drawn yet. Like some little USA Today, beat on the beat coverage for the PGA Tour, first year out of college, gets his name in there and gets picked. And they just get all rubbed sour on it. But anyways, I don't want to crap on Augusta, but it is kind of, we got to call a spade a spade. They're on a level above us. So us common folk. Anyways, Brooks Koepka, he is tied in first place right now, 7 under. Victor Hovland, he is also 7 under. John Rahm, 7 under. Jason Day making a run at it. He is at 5 under. For those that don't know, the weather is supposed to be awful. The rain started late in the day today. Conditions were actually pretty good for scoring. The wind was not howling. It's actually dead in some spots, and the course was soft. So there was a decent amount of scoring out there. Tiger, he was flirting. I don't know how he finished. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Tiger was flirting with even par. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. Then he ended up going on a little run on 15, 16 with birdies. And then 18, he had a really, really awkward stance that looked like it hurt his leg a lot. He had 1 foot in the bunker and 1 foot in the fairway. So we'll see if he is able to make it through the tournament. So certainly the Masters, something to watch over Easter weekend. NBA games tonight, Cavs and Magic. Right now, the Magic are up 32-26 in the first quarter. Heat and Sixers just tipped off. Trailblazers, Spurs. that one should be exciting, huh? Thunder Jazz. That one will have some playoff implications, possibly for the play-in for the Thunder, and then Nuggets and Suns. That one will be one to watch. Phoenix is playing wonderful basketball right now. Kevin Durant has really just since being out or since injuring himself. He is integrated in very well with that team, and they are certainly probably one of the teams to watch right now in the entire NBA. I mean, if you asked me to put money on who's coming out of the West, it's Phoenix right now. Denver has been struggling a lot. Jamal Murray, does he have a hurt finger? Doesn't he have a hurt finger? That whole situation. And even before that, they were struggling. And the Joker was dealing with some type of calf issue, so he sat out some time. But I guess what I'm saying is the West is really up for grabs. It is. And that's what makes it really exciting. Really exciting. And by the way, for those that have not heard the last couple shows, not my show, but Grant's show, Mr. Napier will be in Sacramento for the playoffs. We're going to do some watch parties. We're going to do some get-togethers. We're going to do the show live from some different places. So can't wait for that. What a special time to have Grant come back to town. Let's just say that. I mean, really, really cool. So we'll be looking forward to it. Come out, meet the man, say hi to him. We'll still be doing our shows, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun indeed. So yeah, Kings last night. I know I started with that. There really wasn't too much to worry about. They did look a little bit panicked towards the end of the game. But that's going to happen from time to time. And don't forget, it was the second game in 2 nights. So, you had a Dallas team, like I said earlier, backs against the wall. So Dallas had to win to have a shot at getting into the play-in. They got to win out to have a shot at getting into the play-in. So, the loss doesn't bother me. It was good to see Trey Lyles get going a little bit more. Davion, he rolled his ankle, tweaked his ankle. I think he should be good. He continued. I haven't seen anything or heard anything otherwise. That whole Kevin Huerter play with Tim Hardaway Jr. Now that one was interesting to me, and it brought up something that I think the NBA needs to look at. So, a coach only has one challenge, right? And Mike Brown challenged the play. Huerter was called for an offensive foul and got teed up like immediately thereafter. And when we saw the replay, you understand why he got a tee, because Kevin got punched in the face. Like it looked like a punch in the face. And he had already passed the ball. That's what didn't make sense to it. So they go to the replay, overturn the call, the offensive foul call, put it on Hardaway as a defensive foul, common foul, which didn't make sense. It should have been a flagrant one, in my opinion. But Kevin still has a technical. Like, if the refs make that type of mistake, and I guess there's gray area here, right? Because if you MF a ref or you say the magic words, you make contact with a ref, even if the ref was wrong, that's a different story. But if a player is just arguing a foul call that they're right about, and as long as they don't make, they don't make it personal to the ref, then I think that technical should be overturned, because that technical should have never happened. If the ref would have made the right call, Kevin wouldn't be up in his face. So it'd be interesting to see if the NBA would be willing to entertain that or look at that, or even, if it is a case like last night, let's say that Tim Hardaway was charged with a flagrant one. In that case, if the foul was that egregious that was missed, then, maybe the technical can be reviewed. You know what I mean? Now, if it's something simple like the ball goes, off the other defender and they get the ball back and you're, irate and up in the ref's face with, I don't know, 6 minutes left in the second quarter and it's a 10-point game, you're in the lead, then, if what you are arguing, if you are arguing something, like over arguing something, I guess I should say, like it should be I don't know, I guess it should be subjective. Like if it's, this is funny and hard to put, like I guess if you're going to one extreme over something that's really not that serious, then maybe it shouldn't be looked at because that's a player control thing. But if it was something as serious as what happened last night with Kevin, then that should be looked at because I don't think Kevin did anything wrong. I would have been up in their face too. How do you miss that? The ref's standing right there. So, anyways, good to see Trey Lyles get going. I still think there's something going on with his shoulder. Don't know what it is, but I still think something's up with that. But to see him kind of be a little more normal and back to where he typically is coming off the bench, that's a good thing. So yeah, that's kind of the crossover today. We're gonna make it short and sweet. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna have pre, half, and post game coverage all tomorrow night for Grant because Napes is gonna be in the air. He's gonna be on his way to Sacramento. So we are looking forward to that. So join us on If You Don't Like That. Some of you that have ordered your t-shirts and they have not arrived due to us needing to order more sizes. You might be getting a special surprise tomorrow. Little knock on the door from yours truly. So thought I would throw that out there and let you know. So anyways, I hope everybody has a great rest of your Thursday. Always a pleasure. Please make sure to tune into the crossover Monday through Friday. We just come on here, do some quick hits, talk about whatever. I'm still waiting for my first person other than Connor to just pop up on the show. You'll pop up here. I'll put you on screen and we can talk and chat. So maybe that'll happen tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a Good Friday on Good Friday. So anyways, all right, enjoy the Kings night off and we will have full coverage for you tomorrow night on If You Don't Like That. I'm Ryan in Sacktown. I will see you guys